everybody, James Akers here, the tie guy. Today we're doing a video on a Prada tie, and I'm calling this video, Is a Prada Tie Worth $320? Now, I did a review a couple videos ago, excuse me, where I showed some of the ties I bought on my trip to Beverly Hills, Rodeo Drive, and to Las Vegas. And Prada was definitely the lowest of the list as far as what felt and quality. But I haven't tied it yet. So on this video, I'm actually going to tie this Prada tie. Let's go over the tie first. It's a beautiful, beautiful tie. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful to look at. It's gray, and it has little white circles with some black in it. It has the Prada name stamped down here at the very bottom. On the back, it has the Prada at the very bottom as well. There's the care tag. And it's a very thin tie, like very thin as far as the material goes. It's also not a wide tie this way. Has a, honestly, it just has a cheap feel to it, to be honest. It doesn't have the same high quality silk feel as some of the designer brands. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be tying the tie in a minute, and I'll give you my final conclusion after tying it. But I'm going to compare it to some other brands of ties right here in real time, no takes, no cuts, honest, completely unbiased opinion. I did pay $320 for this tie because I like the look of it. I'm okay with that, but let's compare it. So towards the lower end of the luxury tie brands, you've got Canali, a couple others like that. Step up from that's going to be your Ferragamo, Hermes, are in about the same range, around the $200 range. So here's the Salvatore Ferragamo tie. Brand new tie as well. I haven't tied this. Bought this one on Rodeo Drive, right down the street from the Prada store. So both these ties come from Rodeo Drive. The Prada was $320. The Ferragamo was $200. From a thickness standpoint, excuse me, about the same. They're actually almost the same thickness. Pretty much the same thickness. The silk of the Ferragamo just has a nice, smooth, luxurious feel. The Prada, it's close, but not quite. It doesn't feel quite as good as the Ferragamo. From a construction standpoint, I'm going to say they're very, very similar. You know, if you would turn these around and you look at them, and I went through this before the video just kind of to look them over, there's really not much of a difference. I don't think either is handmade. They both look like they're machine made. But the Ferragamo feels better than the Prada tie as far as just from a pure feel standpoint. Here's the next two I'm going to go through are very similar brands, if you will. Here's Gucci and here's Fendi. So here, those are three very prominent brands, Prada, Gucci, and Fendi. And just comparing them, the Fendi tie has a really nice feel to it. The Gucci tie has a nicer feel than Prada, so they both feel better than the Prada. From a thickness standpoint, they're both thicker than the Prada tie is. So just a little bit better quality, I believe. The Fendi actually feels even a little bit better than the Gucci on this, but I've got some Guccis that feel good as well. So I gotta say, when you compare the Prada tie to what I would consider its competitors, Gucci and Fendi, they both feel better than the Prada tie. Similar length, the Gucci I believe is to the Prada, which is not super long. Yeah, they're almost identical in length when we look at them side by side, which I wish they made them both a little bit longer. They're not made for guys that tie full Windsors like I do. Now, comparing it to a couple better Italian brands though. Again, this is a $320 tie. So if you're going to pay $320, it should, in my opinion, rank right there with those $300 ties. Here's an Isaia tie. This is about a $235 tie. Plush silk. I mean, look at the thickness difference between these two ties. Like you can almost not even see the Prada when you put it up against this Isaia. The silk on the Isaia feels amazing compared to just average for the Prada. This is handmade, 7 folds, versus machine made just doesn't feel near as good. So $80 less, much better tie as far as the construction and the way it feels right there. Stepping up in the Italian branch, this is a Stefano Ritchie. I tied this recently on a video. The Stefano Ritchie silk just feels as luxurious as any silk out there. I still think Stefano Ritchie is one of the top 3 tie brands in the world. You can't even compare these, not even on the same planet from a feel standpoint. Stefano Ritchie, $270, $50 cheaper than Prada, feels a lot better. Some of you are going to think, man, I'm just tearing Prada up on this video. I'm not here to tear Prada up. I'm here to give honest reviews to keep you guys from making mistakes on your spending. This is a brand new Kiton Tie I bought on my trip to Vegas. I haven't tied it yet. Still got the tag on it. I plan on doing it soon. I mean, these are the closest in price $330 for Kiton, $320 for Prada. If you could reach through the camera right now and grab these two ties, there's not even a comparison. This Kiton tie feels so luxurious compared to, well, the Prada feels kind of like a Walmart tie, if I'm being honest. So I haven't tied it yet. We're going to tie it, and I will give you my honest opinion after I've tied it. But I wanted to show you some side-by-side comparisons of some other luxury brands, including those right around the same price range. As of now, honestly, I just think you're paying for the name, which you probably already knew that. But I'm telling you, when you buy the high-quality Italian brands like a Kiton, Isaia, Stefano Ritchie, Brioni, they feel nice. Like, you feel luxury when you feel them. When you feel this, it's like, oh, let me find, oh yeah, it's a Prada. Yeah, I've got a Prada. Doesn't have that same feel to it. If I was blindfolded and going through my ties, I'd be able to tell what was good and what was not, and I would not think this is a very good tie. That's so far. Now, I bought two of these ties. I sure hope it ties better. So let's tie it up. I'm not going to do a tutorial today. I'm just going to tie it and give you my final, honest, unbiased review on this Prada tie. Prada's probably going to hate me after this, but that's okay. I paid for it. It's my YouTube channel. I give honest reviews here. I don't care if it offends people or not. I'm going to be honest about it. So I'm just going to tie up my standard full Windsor. It's going to tie a very small knot because it is a thin tie, and I'm okay with that. And let's see how it comes together. Now, it is tying nice. I got to tell you, it's tying. It feels better tying it than it feels touching it, but I'm still not sold on it. We want the tip of the tie, this part, to be between top and bottom of the belt buckle, and we are absolutely right there. Let's tidy this thing up. There we go. Okay, now let me go through the look with you, and then we're going to give you our final, absolute final verdict on the tie. The look is going to be scrolling across the bottom of your screen. I'm going to go through it with you right now. We're in a gray Amerna Gilda Zegna suit. It's a gray suit, charcoal gray. We have on a pink Brooks Brothers Milano fit shirt. We have on a gray with some geometric patterns Prada tie. We have on a black Salvatore Ferragamo belt with a gray with black colored belt buckle. We have on a pair of Christian Louboutin black Oxfords, their Grego flat collection. And let me tuck this into the keeper if it will reach. It's not quite going to reach. Okay, here's my final assessment. Here's what I'm going to say. If you're really into showing off a brand, and that's more important to you than the feel of the tie or the look of the tie, then I would say go ahead and buy your Prada tie because it says Prada right on it. Excuse me. What you're not going to find on any of these other brands, well, the Ferragamo has the Gansini logo throughout it. The Fendi has like the F's throughout it. But your really high-end Italian brands, Isaia, you won't see anything, no labels anywhere on the front of the tie. Stefano Ritchie, nothing. Kiton, nothing. Because the quality of those ties speaks for itself. They don't need to be flashy about the name. This says Prada on it. That way I can walk in and people like, oh, he's got a Prada tie on. He's got money, or whatever you want it to look like. That's the only reason you would buy this tie. From a quality standpoint, from the feel of the tie, the silk standpoint, the construction standpoint, I'm going to rank Prada, and please don't hate me, Prada, and if you love Prada, don't hate me, I'm just being honest. I'm going to rank this tie absolute very bottom of my entire collection. Dead last out of all the ties I own, and I've got just about every major luxury brand known to man, and this is going to be very bottom of the list. Yet I paid almost top tier. This is the second most I've ever paid for a tie outside of Kiton, and I'm very disappointed in the quality of this tie. Hey, my Instagram is Tie Guy James Akers. Check it out. If you want to see close-ups of everything, selfies of me wearing the tie, everything else, that's my brutally honest review. So final verdict is no. Prada is not worth $320. Save your money. Buy two Zegnas. Buy two Ferragamos. Go to one of the Saks All Fifth or the Neiman Marcus closeout store. And Last Call, I think it's called. And get two ties for the price of one, and I think you'll be a lot happier with that. Sorry, Prada. I'm just being honest. And this is my YouTube channel. I'm the Tie Guy, James Akers. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to go get to work.